Welcome Capricorn to your love reading for December 30th to the 31st of 2018. Yes, a 2-day reading. Will take you to the end of the year. So Happy New Year as we approach January 2019. So let's see Capricorn and love December 30th to 31st. So theme for Capricorn. So stress, definitely. The Nine of Swords is showing up as intense struggles when you are trying to end something. You're almost there. You're trying to figure out how to get out of the mental fog that you might have, where you're constantly thinking about something or someone over and over again. So partying, staying up late at night, anxiety, sometimes not being able to sleep. So try to do your best to rest when you get a chance to. All right, because you don't want to burn yourself out. It'll be New Year's and then the second day usually when you have to go back to work. So let's see what's crossing for Capricorn. You have judgment, and am I going to make the right decision? What's best for me right now? Am I going to continue with a cycle that constantly happens over and over again? And you might be afraid that you might make the wrong decision and move away from somebody or stay where you might not feel that you're welcome. So that might be an issue there, making a big decision for some. All right. Legal matters could be part of the equation. Court matters. Let's see, what might be might somebody be some of you could be waiting for someone to be released from prison, or how long this might be taking. Things like that could be on your mind. Could be in love with someone that you've been waiting on, and you're like, I need to make a big change in my life right now, and I can't continue to do this, especially not into the new year. So some of you this might be a really big decision for you. Let's see the base of the matter for Capricorn for December 30th, 31st. Eight of Swords, Sagittarius just had this, and I feel like this is an energy. So the Nine of Swords shows up, the intensity is there. The person on that card has their eyes covered up. So the she is just taking a step back a little bit, and then you kind of take another step back, but I feel like this is the energy of you're in your head. What somebody might be thinking about you if you are to make a certain choice, if you are to stay where you are, if you were to give somebody another chance, and this could be their 9th chance that you've given them, depending on how many times you've broken up, got back together, and over again. It just depends there, but I feel like there is some kind of restriction. And then when I mentioned you might be feeling like you're imprisoned, or literally in prison, because of something or someone that you might have been waiting on. So you might be wanting to get out of it, but I feel like what's going to help you is for you to make a decision for yourself, not to bring something into the new year with your recent past for Capricorn. Then you have the Wheel of Fortune, and often these are good things that manifest in your life. So maybe the last 2 days or so, something good did pop up. Usually it's a synchronicity, a message, some kind of acknowledgement of something or decision that you might need to make. But it's also a recognition of letting you know that you could be it was 1 2 3 4 just now on the clock, and when I'm pulling this card, interesting. So when this is showing up, you might see signs, you might hear something, a message, or receive something that say, hey, I need to do this, I need to do that. And sometimes we might cling on to it. So when I see that, it could be very fortunate that you experienced that, but it could also be something to say that you I said this for someone else, that you could be trapped in a cycle that has you experience something over and over and over again. You want to manifest something, or you want someone around, but is that person naturally coming towards you? Are they really around, being honest and upfront with you? So it just depends on how you accept that or acknowledge the fortune. All right, so let's see what might be on your mind this week for Capricorn. Well, the next 2 days for Capricorn. So Page of Cups is in reverse, and this is usually frustration, because there's like, if you're breaking up with somebody, a lack of communication, where you're definitely emotional, to the extreme, and anything could really bother you. So you're frustrated. So sometimes it's drinking, sometimes it's drugs, sometimes it's dealing with someone who's coping with these things and trying to release something. Sometimes it's if you've dealt with the memories of the loss of a child through an abortion, these things might be on your mind, and that could be really stressing you out through guilt, frustration like that, and hiding from that. And Am I going to be judged? Should I try this again? Is this going to happen again? Am I going to be let down by somebody again? So allowing your emotions to get the better of you as well, holding on to these things. So I feel like there might be some kind of disappointment there. Person coming towards you, and you might be dealing with a water sign too. Person coming towards you, Capricorn. That person is stressed. The Seven of Wands is often them defending themselves for something that you've done, for something that they've done. Let's see, clarify Seven of Wands. Person coming towards you. Yeah, I feel like they have a lot to say, so it's often asking a lot of questions, asking the reasons why you've done something, and even watching you and trying to see if they can trust you or not. For some of you, if you're dealing with a marriage that you might be thinking about giving us another chance to staying within it. Children as well. You have 2 children. I see one being left behind and then another one being born in some way, or a relationship being left behind and another one being born in some way. That's how I kind of see it. You might have a younger person that you're into and dealing with for some, so that person might not be all that mature about how to approach relationships or to communicate well, or asking petty things, too many different things, and some of you might be trying to avoid that. So whoever it is, they might be very intense. So let's see your outcome and response. It's going to be the same thing. So what is your response to this person coming towards you for Capricorn? So you're taking a break from it, all right? The Four of Swords is showing up. So through the frustration, through your pent up emotions, through some kind of breakup or whatever it might be, if you drink a whole lot or party a lot, you might just take a break over the next 2 days and kind of just allow your emotions to subside. I feel. And one more card, clarify the Four of Swords for Capricorn. Yeah, you have the Chariot. When I see this, be careful that some of you don't get too intoxicated or drunk, because somebody's gonna have to take over the car if you're driving, or you're in somebody's back seat and you're knocked out and you're frustrated, and the energy is too intense. So just be careful with that. But the Chariot is usually an energy of kind of driving back and forth, sometimes a road trip or whatever that some of you might be on, but it's still an energy of trying to move forward past something that has been kind of holding you back, even if you feel like you can't make a certain decision, because it seems like it might really be on your mind, because it does call for some kind of reflection and trying to assess whether or not the connection that you've been in is going to work out for you any longer. So let's see messages for Capricorn for December 30th to 31st. Engagement. It says your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. When I'm seeing this, there is the potential for some kind of commitment or to stay with a certain person, but the ascension process, that's the word that really sticks out to me. When that's happening, I feel like that's for somebody may have turned down an engagement to get married, and he might not be ready for that. So when somebody rejects that offer, and then someone say I need some time, and then to kind of come back and to see how things might work out between you, for some of you, you might even have a child with an ex-partner, and you might still be dealing with that person, and that might be an issue. But there is a potential relationship that you might want to get closer to, but this is something that's going to happen through all of this, like release the tension that might be there, and the person that you might want to get closer to, maybe seeing how much they want the connection through them standing up for themselves and be stronger, and not allowing you to do what you do. I feel like you want them to be strong as well. So messages for Capricorn for December 30th to 31st. And then you deserve love. You are lovable, and that's usually coming through when you often try and things are not really working out in your favor. That's how you might feel with the Page of Cups in reverse. So a lot of different, you might be disgruntled, angry. The resentment might be very intense there, but I feel like this is still the next 2 days you working on reflection about what to do and whether or not to give someone a ninth try. So this might be how you feel about a certain person or scenario that you dealt with over and over again. All right, so It might even feel like the energy of a deja vu or something. All right, so that's going to be your reading. I hope the messages did help out. Tons of love, lots of light to you, tons of feeling vibes. I wish you the best, and you can always go to psychicloveheals.com to schedule something personally for you. So have a good one.